Anna was one of the best naval officers that the U.S. Navy had ever seen. Years of excellent service had made her into an expert in all things related to naval warfare and strategy. But no matter how much experience she had, there were some things that even she couldn't get access to. Recently, Anna had been kept out of the loop regarding a top-secret naval operation that was being carried out by a special task force. For days, she watched as ships and submarines went in and out of the area, ferrying important supplies and personnel. But no matter how much she inquired, she couldn't get any details about what was going on. Then one day she noticed that she'd have been blocked from entering certain data that could only be accessed with a special clearance. Not only that, but she'd also been banned from entering certain secure locations around the naval base. All of this heightened her curiosity, but it also worried her. She knew that something big must be happening, but she couldn't figure out what. As the days passed, more and more ships arrived at the base. It was clear that the operation was becoming more important by the hour, yet she was still kept in the dark. This made her feel like they didn't trust her, which stung, because she'd always been one of their most trusted officers. One night she was working late in her office when a message came over the radio that made her freeze. It was a distress call from one of the submarines that had been out on the mission. They were in trouble and needed help immediately. Anna knew that she had to act fast if she wanted to help them. But when she tried to contact the submarine, she was shocked to discover that she'd been cut off from the encrypted channels that only the Special Task Force had access to. In a panic, she contacted the base security to try to get a human, but they told her that they couldn't give her any information either. Just then, her radio crackled to life again, and she heard the captain's voice. He was giving orders to the crew, and his tone was calm and collected, even though they were in danger. Anna listened intently as he gave instructions on how to proceed. He was in charge, and he had a plan. Suddenly, the transmission ended, and Anna's heart sank. She had to do something, but she didn't know what. She was a highly trained naval officer who'd put her life on the line countless times for her country. Right now, she felt helpless. Then just as suddenly as it had begun, the transmission started up again. But this time it wasn't the captain. It was a stranger. His voice boomed over the radio and sent chills down Anna's spine. He introduced himself and informed her that he was in command of the submarine that had been in trouble. But that wasn't all. He then did something that made everyone connected to the mission freeze. He transmitted her clearance code, granting her access to the most sensitive intelligence. Anna couldn't believe what she was hearing. How did he know her clearance code?
Why?
Was he giving it to her? And why now? Before she could dwell on it too much longer, she heard the sound of sirens and saw lights flashing in the distance. A nuclear submarine was surfacing in the middle of the ocean. Everyone on the base went silent as they watched it emerge from the water. Anna felt a chill go down her spine. This was no ordinary submarine. It was the same one that had been out on the mission that they had been keeping secret. But how could it have come back so soon? And why was it transmitting her clearance code? The submarine docked, and a team of sailors rushed to unload the cargo. They moved quickly, but efficiently, obviously used to working together. As Anna stood there watching, she couldn't help but feel a sense of pride. These sailors were the best of the best, just like her. They were highly trained and skilled, and they knew exactly what to do when it mattered most. But as the team finished unloading the cargo, Anna saw something that made her gasp. It was the captain. He was standing on the dock, but he wasn't alone. With him was the man whose voice she'd heard on the radio. He was the one who'd given her clearance. And as their eyes met, she saw a smirk spread across his face. It was then that Anna realized what was happening. This submarine had surfaced to transmit her clearance code so that she could join them on the mission. They hadn't been keeping her out of the loop. They'd been preparing her for a bigger role. She was being brought in to help them finish the job. A surge of adrenaline shot through her. This was it. She'd been waiting for this moment for weeks. She was finally going to get a chance to show them what she was capable of.